all over her prop or pet. Amazing. Defense slam dunks. In this episode we're going to look at props. Now, what is a prop when it comes to public speaking? Simply put, a prop is an object or something that enhances your message. And usually props are non-living objects. And usually in the Dragon stand, props are used very, very much because most people are using props, their products, to present. So today's episode is going to focus on how you can use a prop, and specifically a living prop, to enhance your message.
My name is Dom Hogan and I am the owner of Opie's Emporium, an all-natural pet product manufacturer and retail shop as well. The company is named after Opie himself here. Opie is actually a Crufts champion and one of the top French bulldogs in the UK, and he knows it, as you can tell.
Just suddenly went, yes, look at me.
Connecting your prop with a joke and using self-laughter. Look how the dragons here are reacting. It's absolutely fantastic. A couple of seconds has just gone past in this pitch, and I can already tell you now that if you get your audience to laugh and like you 10-15 seconds into your presentation, that you have started your pitch in a great way.
For dogs that weren't just full of rubbish fillers. We started with the liver snaps.
They are all over her
products
prop
into
or
the
pet.
treat range, which are all completely natural meat-based products, apart from our 5 a day, which is 100% fruit and veg. They're all air dried from raw, and they maintain the most amount of the kind of nutritional value for dogs too. In September.
Good deep breath, but when you are presenting, make sure that when you take a deep breath, don't go, it's a little bit too noisy and visible. Breathe in calmly through your nose. Even if you are just talking too fast and you realize you have just talked yourself out of air, breathe in through your nose and relax.
Business due to a fire in my small manufacturing unit that I had. Pretty tough setback, but thanks to my amazing customer basis, we relaunched, and thankfully we have grown from strength
using
to
flatter,
strength.
talk about how her customer base has gone her through adversity. Really nice done.
I'm here today to ask you for a £50,000 investment for a 10% share of my business. I think Opie looks tired already, so I'll send him in for a wee disco nap, and I welcome you to ask me any questions, guys, okay?
Fantastic. This is just a perfect example how you can use props, living or just non-living props, in a great way to create a great environment. You create positiveness, you create laughter, you make people like you, and you convey your message in a really great way by just having a prop. Now, what's really interesting with this particular pitch is how a living prop, in this case a dog, can just sit there and still add value. So my takeaway here would be, if you can find a prop that you don't really have to use, but it still enhances your message, that is perfect. So most of the time when people use props, they are non-living objects that you have to do something with in order for it to make sense in your presentation. This is a perfect example of how a prop can be used in so many different ways. So take this with you, that props are your best friend when it comes to presentations. Now I want to show you one more video, but not from Dragon's Den, when it comes to the use of props. Bill Gates did a TED Talk a while back where he was talking about the impact of malaria. Now, malaria often comes from mosquitoes. So what Bill Gates did in his TED Talk was that he demonstrated just this, the connection between malaria and mosquitoes, by using prop.
Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
Amazing. He's getting applause, by using a prop. How amazing is that? That is a sign of how you connect with your audience by just using a prop. Now in this case, he uses both an object that is dead, the can, but also the living mosquitoes inside. So this is a perfect example of the perhaps slam dunks of props. And the response from the audience, well, it says itself right here. So when you are doing your next pitch and presentation, I want you to think about how can I convey my message through a prop, and bring that prop with you. Use it during your presentation, but make sure you build up anticipation, make sure your prop is working. Sometimes technical props can be difficult because they sometimes can malfunction, so have a plan B when you use props. This was all from me, the Stuttering rhetorician, for today's episode of Dragon's Den Pitch Review. In the next episode, which is going to be the last before the summer break of 2021, we will look at what possibly is the best pitch I have ever seen. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you again soon.